Hi! So I've spent several hours looking through Chaos datasheets, and overall there's a theme. Chaos are looking incredibly tough, with a couple of exceptions as you saw by the thumbnail. That is where the focus is. Being tough, not doing outright damage. So there are a lot of rules where previously they would be offensive, now they've turned to be defensive. The Chaos Sorcerer had prescience, it no longer gives a unit +1 to hit, instead it makes enemies -1 to hit, and this is a counter similar to the Space Marine Librarian, which grants an invulnerable save. Chaos Space Marines are getting -1 to hit for enemies instead. The tough stuff remains rather tough, mostly. Beasts of Nurgle, they take that to the max, with toughness 9, 5+ invulnerable save, 7 wounds, and full regeneration at the end of each phase. Yeah, that's going to take some killing. Last edition, while other people were looking at the Flamers of Tzeentch going, oh, that's too much, man, that's too much, it's too hot for me, I was looking at this Beast of Nurgle and going, how am I ever going to kill it? So, there's that for demons. If you're more of a Chaos Space Marine player and you like static defense, I'm looking at you, Iron Warriors. The Noctilith Crown gives an aura of a 4+ invulnerable save. And if you like going on the offensive, like a World Eater, the World Eater's Demon Prince gives an aura of a 4+ invulnerable save. You could have jackals running along with a 4-up invuln. That's pretty nasty, and absolutely tedious to shoot through. The Heretic Astartes Demon Prince has something similar. It grants the benefit of cover as an aura. That caps at 3+, but like an invulnerable save, it can be very nice as a resistance to weapon rend. Though the invulnerable save is better than the benefit of cover, because cultists will prefer a 4-up invulnerable save over a 5+ armor save. And since we're talking about cultists and cultist-like units, and cover, Traitor Guard get the benefit of cover just from being on an objective. And let's have a look at their weapon choices. So looking at that, they can have 3 melter guns or 3 plasma guns. Previously, they had a very explicit rule limiting them to 1 of each gun, but not anymore apparently. Compare this to the Chaos Space Marine Legionary Squad and you can see the difference in wording. So I'm not missing anything here. Duplicates are forbidden in the Chaos Space Marine Legionary unit, but not forbidden on the Traitor Guard datasheet. Their sniper rifle also hits on a 4+ or 3+ if you're stationary, because it has the heavy keyword. And these Traitor Guard have objective control 2. And when your cultist mob, which is battle line by the way, has objective control 1, I think the objective control 2 unit with triple melter guns will be chosen instead. It is going to be points dependent, but I'm not sure if Games Workshop really wants to sell more of this box, or they just didn't really bother looking at the datasheet because it comes from a Kill Team expansion, and not a lot of people already have the unit. So Chaos Space Marines look to be very much winning on the toughness and damage output. But then what about Death Guard? They're known for their toughness. Well, Poxwalkers have a 5+ feel no pain. Plague Marines do not. The Death Guard can have a -1 damage stratagem, as they had similar to in 9th edition, but it now costs 2 command points, and it's in the fight phase only. Now we haven't had anything so far to say that damage is reduced to a minimum of 1, so rules as they are, your Death Guard unit could become just immune to a lot of damage for a phase. So I'm waiting on that becoming FAQ'd or corrected somewhere along the lines. If you can see something in the rulebook saying like damage is a minimum of 1, please give me a page number and drop it in the comments. Similarly, I'm seeing no rule that wounds have to be rounded up. So if you look at the Terminator Lord, he halves all damage. So if someone is doing damage 1, he takes 0.5 of a wound. Good luck keeping track of all of the lost 1.5 wounds using a single d6 dice. Another very tough unit for the Chaos Space Marines is the Obliterators. Toughness 7 and 5 wounds. So they're approaching Dreadnought level. They have a 2+ save, a 5+ invulnerable save, and once per game, they can just shoot through walls. No line of sight needed, just blam. You can't keep your vehicle safe behind a building when their melter shot can get straight through. Speaking of the Chaos Dreadnoughts though, Helbrutes as they're currently called and have been for a while, they are not as tough. I had expected something a bit better than 8 wounds, and they're not a battering ram to be used anymore. Where once back in 3rd edition, the Codex itself would advise you to keep your Chaos Dreadnought far away from the rest of your army in case it went into fire frenzy, meaning that it would shoot your own units. Well, now you want it right in the middle as the focal point to give you a beneficial aura to your units. This is the Chaos Space Marine Dreadnought, with its aura to maximize the damage output of the Dark Pact, and the Thousand Suns Helbrute gives you extra Cabal points when you do a ritual within 9 inches of it. 9 inches, Tzeentch's number. The Helbrute's plasma cannon is also still hazardous, and now that means you would do 3 mortal wounds to your own model instead of just 1 if you roll that 1 after firing the cannon. You're going to be wanting to use those command point rerolls. Yes, you can use command point rerolls on a hazardous test. I explained that in my video all about the core stratagems. Please check that out, it's up there. So while we're getting psychic boosting Helbrutes, let's also look at the psychic people. The Chaos Space Marine Master of Possession has a psychic power that is a pistol, so you can use that psychic attack at point blank range, much like how in 9th edition you could use Smite even while you're in close combat. The Death Guard, their Malignant Plague Caster, doesn't have the pistol keyword on the psychic attacks, but it is otherwise very similar. Sorry, Death Guard players, I think it's just not going your way. For several reasons. I have a lot more to say about Chaos units, but we'll be moving on to the Battle Sisters tomorrow. Praise be the Imperium, and let's burn the heretic. So until I see you there, my darlings and viewers, have a great day of 40k.